Yeah. He can take you all around the world. Yeah, I know he can take you places. I ain't finna take you nowhere. All I got for you is fuck faces.
Welcome back to the channel, guys. Vekxs here, and today I wanted to showcase Carnage to you guys. So a lot of people are bringing him around as somebody who needs to consistently bleed a lot. So to play that is kind of hard with him because his bleeds are so weak. So one way I built him, and I find to be very effective, especially at rank 2 level 35, is build 3 Furies, build 1 crit damage, and build 2 crit chances. So with Carnage, this is the team you should use, and you should really be using him for long-term fights. Short-term fights, he's pretty weak. He can't build his buffs that need to make him strong, basically. Potentially, he can do Labyrinth of Legends, but I want to just showcase him to you. If he was duped, his duped ability has an 80% chance to increase his power gain. So if he does have a bleed on, he has an 80% chance to have an increased power gain and all of that. And then from there, you would be able to continuously be building his L2s and doing heavy damage with the build I'm about to show you. So when you're building Carnage, you'll want to, quickly I just want to show you, you want to build a crit team, but get rid of Storm for Venom, because with Venom he gets the extra mutation buff, and that is very vital to Carnage's build. So I'm going to go in here, I'm going to show you Carnage, I'm going to show you how to build him, and I'll just show you honestly how much damage he can do. There were times where I was dropping an L2 and the first hit did 4,000 damage, the next 3 hits did 1,000 damage each, and then his last strike did 7,500 damage. Look at it that way, and look at his burst damage attack instead of his bleed ability. So we're going to go in here, I'm going to build him, and I'm going to show you guys him. So for this section here, I decided to just speed up the process. The process will go back to normal once I initially build Carnage up. So like I said before, what I want to do is build him to 3 stacks of Furies, 1 stack of critical damage, and then also 2 stacks of critical chance. So this initial part here is me just quickly trying to build up these stacks for you, because Carnage is more of a long-term fight, basically. So if you bring him to Labyrinth of Legends at 4 out of 40, he will 455. There we go. He would be able to dish out a lot more damage. Like, for instance here, you're going to see later on in the video how much damage I'm already doing, and I'm only 2 out of 35. And this is with this build, the Venom build and the critical chance build. So I ended up building correctly. Everything's up. I have 3 stacks of Furies, 1 stack of critical damage, and then 2 stacks of crit chance. So when you get up to here, you're not really, for me, I'm not really focusing on his bleeds. His bleeds can do a lot of damage if you do play the Fury game, the heavy and the bleed game, and then drop an L2 or an L1. You will dish out almost 250 damage a tick. But right here, I want to show you exactly how much damage he was doing. So the first hit was really weak, but everything else after that you could see was over 1,000, and then the last initial hit was over 6,300. There's been times where my first hit on the L2 was hitting 6,000 plus, and then there's also times where the end of that is also hitting 7,500. So initially total, you're having the first hit, which can be, let's say, 6,500, because I've hit that before, plus an extra 3 hits after that, which I've seen around 1,000 to, let's say, 1,500 each. So right there, that's 9,500 damage just from the first 4 hits, and then the last hit after that is another 7,500 damage is what I've seen. So just from his L2 at rank 2 out of 35, you're hitting 17,500 damage. And on his Furies there, it was 1,000, and then I hit 4,300. So that L2 there, I did not crit at all. I guess I was just unlucky there. And even then, you know, I'm kind of weak. But just look at my basic attacks here. Look at when I hit my mediums, and look at when I hit my just light attacks. So I'm hitting 1467 when I'm doing light attacks, and with my heavy attacks, I'm hitting roughly 2600 each. So just with my basic attacks, I'm dishing out almost what, 75 to 9,000 damage. And for some reason later on in the video, I started hitting like 3,000 plus. Oh, you know what? That was because of the assassin match. But with Carnage, if you do have him, play him this way. Play him as a long-term type champion. As a burst champion, for quick fights, he's not that strong. Long-term like this is where he's powerful. And that's what people, I guess, need to see. They need to stop seeing him as a short-term solution and see him more as a long-term solution. So right here, we're dropping another L2. And again, the last hit is consistently hitting over 6,300s. And I'd say maybe if I had my 4-star Wolverine, I would be hitting a little bit higher. And who knows what else. But once Assassin kicks in eventually, I'll be hitting a lot more, obviously. Right now, everything's going incredibly well. I end up finishing the fight with Realm of Legends, Winter Soldier. But I just really want to showcase you guys the, I guess, strength that Carnage can offer you in long-term fights. Again, he's only ranked 2 out of 35. I need one more Cosmic Catalyst, and then I'll be redoing this video just to show you the difference from 235 to rank 3 out of 45 and see how much stronger I'm actually hitting and how much more effective it is. Of course, this whole setup will have to change. This is for him when he's unduped. When he is duped, you'll want to focus on hitting your heavy attacks and doing boots. So right there in that L2, I hit a 4,000 and then a few 1,000 attacks each light and then another 6,000. That's another big hit right there, just dropping an L2. Spider-Man, the Black Spider-Man, his L2s only dropped 10,000 and everybody says, oh, this guy's L2 dishes out so much damage. Oh my god, this is one big damage. Carnage does the same thing. He dishes out heavy damage with his L2. But back to what I was saying before. When Carnage is duped, his Bloodlust ability allows him to gain ability power faster. So when you are playing him on the long run when duped, you want to stack your bleeds. So my hypothesis for this is build Carnage to build Carnage to his L3. Pop his L3, and if you do have deep wounds, it's only going to make it better for Carnage. So his L3 gives you 20 seconds of a bleed that's on the opponent. And those 20 seconds is a long time, and that's giving you more ability power, and you'll be able to hit those L2s a lot faster. So with the L3, so basically when he's duped, hit your L3, build this way, try this method out, and let me know what you guys think. But when you do dupe him, build your L3. When he's bleeding, you'll be critting and you'll be gaining a ton more power, more than normal, 80% chance. And then I don't have him duped obviously, so I couldn't tell you exactly how much power he gains once the opponent is bleeding and he's striking them to add more additional bleeds. So that's eventually how you'll want to play him. And just to recap, when he's gaining power a hell of a lot faster, you're going to be dropping L2s a lot more frequently. And then those 17,000, let's say, damage increments are coming way more often than he is unduped. I believe in Carnage. I'm bringing him to rank 3. And honestly, if I get the Cosmic Catalyst, he's going to be rank 4. I'm saving for another Carnage Crystal right now. I'm just gonna wait and see what happens. But guys, I really hope you enjoyed that video. That's Carnage, and I hope, maybe you learned something different about him. Have a good one.